What is going down, PokeMoshPit? This is KingQuags here, bringing you guys today's Wi-Fi battle upload. Now, today's match, it is a Black and White 2 NU match that I had against Rue, a friend of mine, DittoMyWiz. And yeah, like I said, this is an NU match. I'm using the same NU team I had on my last upload, which got kind of a negative response just because my narration was kind of subpar, and I greatly apologize for that. So, yeah, also people were complaining about team preview being too long, and I obviously shortened that up a lot. So, give me off my Stunfisk here just because it's a Stunfisk, and Stunfisk is a boss, and that is it. So, gonna go for the Scald right off the bat, figuring, oh hey, he's just gonna want to set up rocks, and for my part, rocks don't seem too vital for me at the moment because the only things that rocks really help out was breaking this Golem sturdy, which obviously I just did with Scald. Plus, if I went for Scald, there was always a chance I could get the burn and just completely cripple this Golem. So, not wanting to take an Earthquake, I'm going to go into my Tangela. I could have gone into my Electros to completely avoid the Earthquake, but at the same time, I didn't want to take a Sucker Punch, or I can't really lock myself onto any solid move at the moment with Electros because I have choice specs on Electros. But Tangela can go for Leech Seed, thinking, oh hey, he has nothing to be immune to the Leech Seed initially, but he brings in this Miltank, and being completely oblivious to the fact that, oh hey, Miltank can have Sap Sipper, I give this thing a +1 attack, and since I don't want to take any hit from that thing with Tangela, I'm going to go with Stunfisk now. A hope for the para hacks, and I do get the static hacks, which really comes out to help me later on in the match. So, now that this Miltank is slowed down, I am now free to set up my rocks with Stunfisk, so I get my rocks up, had the opportunity to, but unfortunately enough, I'm going to have to let Flopjack here die, so rest in peace, Flopjack. You will live on in another battle eventually. So, now I'm going to go into my Sock here just to scare him out with the close combat, and I'm predicting him to go into his Haunter to take close combat, which is why I go for the Stone Edge, when a better move for myself to go for could have been Ice Punch, just because it has a more reliable accuracy, and plus it could hit more stuff on his team, like this Girder, which he switches into to resist the Stone Edge. But since I'm locked into Stone Edge, can't do much to this thing, so I'm going to go into my Bahium to pretty much, since Bahium is the most reliable thing I have to take on that Girder. But he actually pulls a double switch into his Skuntank, which is a very good play on his part. And since Skuntank are Pursuit Trappers, I don't know if he wants to go for the Pursuit or not, so that's why I go for the Recover here. Because if he did want to go for Pursuit, predicting my switch out, I'm kind of hoping that I could take one. I'm pretty sure I could take one because max HP, max defense, and Bahium, it does have pretty good bulk, plus with all the defense investment, it's pretty fine. But so yeah, that's why I went for the Recover. But he actually goes to the Sub right there, and I just do not want this thing behind a Sub, so I'm just going to go for the Signal Beam. Pretty much because that's the only move I can really go for, because my other move is Psychic. I have Psychic, Calm Mind, and Recover as my other 3 moves. But yeah, he's going to just finish me off right there, as I'm going to go into my Floatzel here. And actually go for the Bulk Up this turn. I only have Bulk Up on the set because for the attack boost, not so much for the defense boost. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have a little bit of defensive investment into this Floatzel, but not much. Just enough to kind of benefit from the defense boost from Bulk Up. But went for Bulk Up on the off chance that he wants to go for Sucker Punch, or if he wants to switch out. Either way, that seems like a good idea. But he goes for the Crunch and gets the defense drop anyway, so that's really no big deal. But gonna go for Waterfall here, just to kill something, because +1 Life Orb from Floatzel, that's gonna do lots of damages. So, goes to Golem as Death Fodder, as now he brings in his Girder here. And I'm just gonna leave Floatzel in his Death Fodder because, I mean, I don't see any point for keeping it around as he brings in Girder, and he actually pulls a double switch into his Haunter right here. Or, okay, excuse me. And I'm thinking that he pulled a double switch into Haunter there because he was trying to force me into Tangela to take a Mach Punch, and he could double switch into Haunter, which can take on Tangela better since special attacker, especially, or not specially defensive Tangela. So, yeah, but I come out better in the situation because I kill his Haunter. So now the only thing on his team to take, or to avoid the close combat for my Sock is gone. But I don't want to go for the close combat right now because he does have a Samurai on his team, and assuming that it's a physical set, then it probably carries the Aqua Jet for the priority, and I do not want those defense drops for if that Samurott does decide to come in and go for the Aqua Jets. So, decided to lock myself onto Earthquake, as now he brings in Girder, and I know Earthquake won't be doing anything to Girder since it's not Stab. I'm Jolly instead of Adamant Scarf, and Girder are really bulky, so just going for Earthquake on this Girder is not a good idea. So I'm gonna go into my Electros here and just go for Thunderbolt, since Thunderbolt is pretty much the best, like this Electros now is the best thing I have to hit this Girder, because that's a modest stab, max special attack, choice specs, Thunderbolt on this Girder, and that hardly does, that does about 50%, so that's good, but right now it's just a little matchup between Electros and Girder, but unfortunately that Girder comes out on top just barely, because as you saw right there, he lived with a slight amount of HP, which is unfortunate, but that just means that I can come in with my Sock here and just go for whatever move I want to go for, and just finish off this Girder after I take a Mach Punch. And I mean, unless Girder has a couple of bulk ups off, it really can't do significant damage as Conkeldurr can. But in comes this Samurott here, and I believe the Samurott, no, he still has Samurott and Miltank, that's right. So now it's 2-2, I have Tangela and Sock, he has Samurott and Miltank. Gonna go into my Tangela here because I didn't want to go, I wanted to take a Aqua Jet, and Tangela can take those really well, as he actually sets some swords. He has Sword Stance on the switch. Now I went for Giga Drain thinking, oh, he's at +1, he won't want to waste that, plus he can always go for the Mega Horn, chance he could KO me, if not Mega Horn then X Scissor, but he does switch out, so I blatantly gave this Miltank +1 attack, and now right here, this is where the process comes in, because now my Tangela is able to outspeed the Miltank, and I can go for Hidden Power Ice, since Hidden Power Ice seems to be doing a pretty good damage to this Miltank, seeing as this Miltank is offensive as opposed to defensive. So, another Hidden Power does apply KO, but I see Milk Drink, and now at this point I'm thinking, okay, well, I could take one more return, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for the Hidden Power, do some damage to him as he goes for the return, and then on this next turn, I'm going to switch into Sock as he Milk Drinks, and that way I could have Sock in safely, and I can just KO this Miltank with close combat, and then I can let that Samurott KO me with a Aqua Jet or whatever move he wants to go for. But fortunate enough, he does get the Pair Hacks, which is great, because now I can just very easily clean out this Miltank. So now it is a 2-1 situation. All he has left is his Samurott, and I'm just going to leave my Sock in his Death Bar, because when I switch back in, he could very easily finish me off with an Aqua Jet regardless of defense drops or not, so no point in keeping Sock around, and now it pretty much just comes down to whether or not he can kill me with the X Scissor if he has it, or if he hits the Mega Horn. It's because if he does hit me, if he does miss the Mega Horn, then there is a chance for my Giga Drain to kill him, and I back up to more HP, and then blah blah blah. But unfortunately enough, he does hit the Mega Horn, giving him the really close 1-0 victory. So that right there was good game of Wiz. Hope you all enjoyed this match, and if you did, feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to show the like button some love, and if you enjoyed my commentary, then feel free to mosey on over to my channel and check that out. So, anyways, with that being said, thanks for watching, and peace.